Maybe they don't go over too well, but at least you know. At least you know where they stand. Donald Trump calls things as he sees them. And maybe it's not the filter that you're looking for, but the filter that we've had, or the filters that supposedly perceive that we've had in Washington, where everything is supposed to be so proper, has not worked out too well for any of us. And I'm agitated greatly when anybody says, oh my God, we're offended that Donald Trump says the things that he says about judges, about not all of them are necessarily honest because they have political leanings. Not a surprise. In a story that we're going to be talking about sanctuary cities coming up, and the realities of it in things you need to think about as we move forward, because there is folks that consider themselves Democrats and then with progressive leanings, or just all-out progressive, or to the farthest to the left that you cannot even see conservatism. You can't even see any reality other than what's out on the West Coast, and it's their own fusion. You know, they've always danced to their own drum. No wonder entertainment's out there, but this is not going to dictate Donald Trump's policies, obviously, and how he operates Washington, nor this country, and nor any president should succumb, but unfortunately many do. It's the money. It's the popularity. And Donald Trump doesn't need either of those things. That's what irritates so many different people. Okay, here is Donald Trump talking about how he feels about criticizing other judges.
We're also taking decisive action to improve our vetting procedures. The courts are not helping us, I have to be honest with you. It's ridiculous. Somebody said I should not criticize judges. Okay, I'll criticize judges.
Says when anyone criticizes Trump, the honesty, the integrity, the motives of a federal judge, well, I find that disheartening. Oh, this was Gorsuch that said that. I find that demoralizing, he said. And CNN reported that he was asked if that anyone, including the president, and he says, anyone, Gorsuch replied. Well, he has to say that. Of course he does. But in that speech at the National Republican Congressional Committee, it was a dinner, Trump said that he will continue to criticize judges. You just heard him. Courts are not helping us. I have to be honest with you, Trump said. It's ridiculous. Somebody said I should not criticize judges. Okay, I'll criticize judges. And one of the biggest things is allowing people to get away with highway robbery, murder, and those that are not even citizens in our country. And that kind of drives a lot of us in this country absolutely ape. It's an all-time low. Now, you may have heard about the Maryland high school rape. This is really disturbing. And folks, this could happen to your son or daughter. And the victim of this terrible crime is just the latest in a long list of Americans, unfortunately, are victims because of the illegal immigration policies that the left have instituted across the country. Now, everybody remembers Kate Steinle in San Francisco. Remember that? Brutally murdered by an illegal and deported multiple times, but shielded. It's just disgusting. Now, according to Sean Hannity, he put this out in his program the other day, and I watch a lot of different news shows, but he said 36.6% of the federal sentences in 2015 were given to illegal aliens, including convictions for drug trafficking, kidnapping, and, yes, murder between 2013 and 2015, despite the dangers that you just heard. The Obama administration released, check this out, 86,288 criminal illegal aliens right back into the general U.S. population. And there's no shame. There's no shame at all, which breaks my heart. This young girl that was raped, 14 years old, by the way. Folks, what are we going to do? Here's Sean Spicer about immigration.
Part of the reason that the president has made illegal immigration and crackdown such a big deal is because of tragedies like this, because of the tragedy that this young girl dealt with, had inflicted upon her, whatever the word is. But this is why he's passionate about this, because people are victims of these crimes. In terms of them, they're victims of the economic piece of this. There's a national security impact, but immigration pays its toll on our people.
This poor child, 14 years old, she'll forever be scarred. Here's the superintendent, which I have no respect, the super of the school there in Rockville, Maryland, Jack Smith. Here he is.
We are a public school system, and we serve all of our students when they come to us. And when we look at that, it is not only the right thing to do and the good thing to do, and it benefits the students and our community and our state, it's also the law of the land.
Yeah, there's the law of the land where we allow criminals into our schools with minors that are adults, 18, 20-year-old, 25-year-old men, undocumented, and we have no idea what their credentials, their school records. We don't know anything about them, whether they got in trouble, whether they are pedophiles or whatever. Now they raped this young girl in Rockville, Maryland, and that's the status quo. That's the law. And it's because of these sanctuary or so-called sanctuary cities and towns that have allowed the progressive left to be able to dictate for every single parent that lets their kid off at the school bus at the school. It puts our kids in danger. And by the way, this hits home for me because I have a 14-year-old daughter. And so that really hits home, folks. And I think it's absolutely disgusting what the left has done to allow this BS to take place. This is our land. And this is our home. And our founding fathers came over here through Ellis Island, and they did it the right way. They didn't go running through borders. They didn't get brought in by a pickup truck. They came over by boat. They weren't trying to get through barbed wire, going through tunnels. They did it the right way. And by the way, a lot of these folks, be reminded that Barack Obama allowed amnesty for people to come out of the shadows. And they never did. It was a program that just failed, and Obama miserably never addressed these things. And more families are without their loved ones, without their kids. I saw one lady, broke my heart, with her son and in an urn. And that's the remains of her son. When will we ever learn? Folks, this is a movement with Donald Trump, and it's to put America first, not last, but to first. It's not anti-American to want that. We'll be back.
We'll help you survive this thing called life. We're for the people, for the people, for the people is there.
It's unlike anything you've ever been through in your life, man. I was driving. This kid threw a grenade at us. It went right over our vehicle. It was 12 years old.
The shockwave went through my head, rattled up my brain, and left.
Danger is around you 360 degrees at all times, and you can't unlearn that.
It's impossible to describe the sacrifices these men and women have made to protect our freedoms. And the job of rebuilding their lives is massive and growing every day. Many will need the programs offered by the Wounded Warrior Project for years to come.
I didn't know what PTSD was. All I knew is I was having nightmares. And when I got released, my reintegration was go check in at the VA, man.
My first coping mechanism was use drugs. Just numb it. Don't feel anything.
I was angry. I'm trying to pull myself out of that right now.
Your gift today of $19 per month will honor and empower these veterans so they can aid and assist each other.
The Wounded Warrior Project is a life raft.
I can say this without question that I wouldn't be here today if it weren't for it.
Wounded Warrior Project is the first step, getting back out into the world and reforming yourself outside of the service.
Call or go online with a pledge of $19 a month. You'll receive this Wounded Warrior Project blanket, and your gift will provide critically needed programs that rebuild lives.
That was my first feeling of actually being a part of something bigger than myself again.
Well, I lost a few really close friends overseas, and if I quit, I'm going to let them down, and I'm not about to do that.
I'm learning to face my fears head on. To trust and see what happens at the end.
It's a long process, but I had the drive and desire.
Please, call or go online with your gift right now.
The internet is a big place, but 123 Ready TV has made it easy to start enjoying all the current movies you enjoy and those movie classics. What if I told you that you could start streaming everything now and all the latest movies for just $19.99? And it's a one-time charge, not monthly. 123 Ready TV is a media app that you can have on your PC or your Android phone. You see, this app allows you to stream movies and TV shows, weather, and anything you already have on your PC or your phone or on the internet. Plus, no commercials. Find out why so many people are using this amazing media player. Start saving money and start enjoying all your favorite TV shows now and movies for just a one-time payment of $19.99. To get yours, go to forthepeopleshow.com. That's forthepeopleshow.com and click on the store page for your 123 Ready TV.
For the people is there.
For the People is on the air for you. Each day we strive to tell it to you straight, not watered down, so you can know what's going on each day. Our show is different from many of the others on air. We're not afraid of the PC police, and we explain our position, at the same time understanding the left's position and what we can do to further a conservative agenda for America. For the People is listener-supported and relies on listeners like you to help us get the word out. So, if you like what we do and want to help For the People, sign up today at our website at forthepeopleshow.com. That's forthepeopleshow.com. Your support allows us to report the news fearlessly and guarantees our survival on the air. As a thank you, we'll send you our monthly newsletter with commentary and money-saving tips. Can we count on your support? Thank you for helping America. To become a For the People member, log on to forthepeopleshow.com. Now, Keith Allen and For the People, glad you could take some time to listen to us today. And by the way, if you like the show, share the show. And if your local radio station does not carry For the People, tell them that they can pick it up over Liberty News Radio or at forthepeopleshow.com. We have many affiliates across the country that do carry our show, but not every station does. So you can be instrumental in calling the radio station, letting them know about the show that you like. And believe it or not, your phone call, your letter will make a huge difference to your radio station to be really surprised, and you'll help this broadcast grow across the country. So if you can't give and support us, because we are 100% listener supported, your donations do make that difference, keeps the lights on around here, and make some coffee, which occasionally I put on, which is terrific as I research the stories and make sure that we have the guests and resources to do a great job for you, because I know there's a lot of junk on the radio. And believe me, I always said if I was going to host a show, I would want to make sure that I listened to a program that I would want to listen to myself. So anyway, for what it's worth, if you'd like to help out, that would be great. Our website, again, is forthepeopleshow.com. So, like I say, I watch a lot of TV, a lot of TV talk shows, the pundits, read a lot of newspapers and magazines and stuff like that. But Hannity, he has some good monologues. And following his monologue, just something that broke my heart. And he was joined by Laura Wilkerson and Sabina Durden. And both of these women, what do they have in common? Their sons were killed by illegal aliens. And just to hear now on the cusp of this poor child, 14 years old, forever changed, The parents